Hello everyone, Carolina Allen here. Today I'm going to talk to you about our tenet, which is we work in partnership with our global sisters to create generative solutions. And this tenet is really special because it speaks to so many of us. And before I get started, I'd like to just run a few numbers by you. Out of a global population of 7 billion, there are 3.42 billion women. And out of that enormous number, 58% of the global women are women who are mothers currently. And that's not even taking into account the big ocean definition of mother, which is any woman who has the best interests of the rising generation at heart and works for the rising generation. So that's a really large number. Now listen to this one. 83% of the women of the world are women who identify with a religion or a faith tradition. So that's a really big number. And now, if you think about it, almost all of the women of the world, even all of the people of the world, have come from families and are deeply connected to families at some level or another. So the idea of faith, family, and motherhood are, values that a large majority of the women of the world hold, and that unifies us and that binds us together in many ways. So regardless and irrespective of religious tradition or of language spoken or of socioeconomic status or whatever differences we may have, we have those three really essential things in common. And working from that, we can create the relationships and the partnerships with one another to create generative solutions. Now, what is meant by generative solution? A generative solution is a solution that will last. It's not just something that is, a fleeting solution that is just very temporary. A generative solution is a sustainable solution. So whenever we are talking about generative solutions, we're talking about how these creative solutions come about through family and through community. Because at the grassroots, at the very bottom level, where people have these connections, that's where a lot of these generative solutions are going to come about. There's an idea out there that to create change or to create effective change, it needs to be born from, the boardroom or, all of this professional analytic data and research and all these things to create the kinds of changes that we want to see happen. But at Big Ocean, we really believe that the solutions are simple oftentimes, and that it just takes us partnering together, coming together with whatever skills and ideas that we have, and then working together in our communities and in our families to make those changes. When I think of a generative solution, I often think about my example that I am giving to my children as they watch me serve in my community and as they are engaged in the work with me. So I'm essentially raising up another generation of young people that will be empowered and engaged in doing good in the world from the very beginning. And I've learned that from my mother and my ancestors and my family down the line. So I feel like generative solution always has to involve family. And as a Big Ocean global sisterhood, the more cottages we can dot the earth with, the more of that network we can create, and the more of those partnerships we can create together. So in the future vision that we have for Big Ocean, we envision cottages dotting the globe, and cottages working in partnership with each other. So if there is a need in one area and another area can help, and vice versa, then that's what we feel like those creative and generative solutions will come about through that. So I hope that you all have a wonderful day, and I'm so grateful to share some thoughts with you. Thanks.